What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here with Perri Goldstein, CheeseheadTV, live Packers trivia in the house. Perri, how are you today?
Good. I'm doing good. I love dancing to that intro. I'm always back here like, whoop.
Pretty good. No doubt about it. Special edition of Green Bay Packers live trivia here at CheeseheadTV today. Complete only questions about Curly Lambeau's teams and Curly Lambeau himself. It's the Lambeau years here today at CheeseheadTV. Perri, for those who may be new to the game, why don't you explain to them and remind our friends in the chat how the game is played? Am I the only one who lost audio there? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Well, it is only Perri. Perri is out. Perri is out. Ladies and gentlemen, Perri is out. You did something there. You did something. I heard a little zook. No. Nobody can hear Perri. We lost Perri. Oh, boy. Refresh vMix. That's usually the way to go. All right. I'm going to say.
Hello?
There she is.
That's so weird. I didn't do anything.
It's all your fault. All right. So let's try this again. Why don't you tell the folks at home how the game is played with audio this time?
Okay. You're going to get 10 questions. You have 30 seconds to answer each question, but you want to do it as fast as possible because your time affects your standing on the leaderboard. When you send in an answer, please use a hashtag because that's how YouTube registered if it's right or not. No hashtag, no right answer. We may or may not show you the top 5 every question, but we will show you the top 10 lately. Every few questions. So no matter what, you'll see where you stand.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Hey, you're on such a roll, doing such a great job, so many regulars ready to go. Why don't you hit up the first question there, Perri?
Okay. How many Pro Football Hall of Famers were on the Packers 1930 team? 1, 3, 5, or 8?
Don't forget the hashtag, 1, 3, people.
5, or 8. You need it.
How many Pro Football Hall of Famers? So many to choose from. So many Packers in the mix. How many were on the 1930 team? It's 1, it's 3, it's 5, or it's 8. There's only one here, and that's Perri Goldstein, ladies and gentlemen.
That's nice. You never say anything nice.
What are you talking about? Get out of town. I say nothing but nice things. Very good. Very good. I like it.
So, you know what I need right now?
What do you... No.
I need some CheeseheadTV merchandise. That's what I need. I'm going to have to hit that up, and everyone else out there should too.
Now, we put up 2... Oh, they say we got a top 5. I don't know if I trust it, but I'll give the answer. Here we go. The 1930 squad featured 5 Hall of Famers. Curly Lambeau, Arnie Herber, Mike McClaskey, Johnny Blood, and Cal Hubbard. 5 is the answer. Who knew what? When did they know it, Sally? Give it to me. We got a top 5, and Kristen Reynolds comes out of the gate with 1.1 seconds. Besting Joey the Jaguar, making fun of my age at 1.7 seconds. Boy on G. Francis, Jonathan, hot-looking group there, coming out the gate. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, moving on to the second question. Larry Craig played quarterback and defensive end for the Packers after Lambeau drafted him in 1939. What was Craig's nickname? Was it Superman, Boy Wonder, Longtime Larry, or Champ? Don't forget, if it's 2 words, you only need to hashtag that first word. Superman, Boy Wonder, Longtime Larry, or Champ.
Interesting choices.
These are all well before my time, Joey. Trying to make ageist jokes the other way. I see how it rolls here. Perri's got some fans in the chat, I think.
So you can only dish it, you can't take it?
Seek revenge. I'm taking it just fine and turning it around. My philosophy in life has always been, especially online, when fired upon, return the fire. Which is a great line from Running Scared, starring Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal, the OG buddy cop comedy. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it because it's hilarious. It's a bit dated, but it's really, really good. Starring a very young Jimmy Smith as the villain, too. So we're having trouble with the top 5, is what you're telling me. Interesting. I can't imagine how that happened. So it was nice to have for one question. Well, let's give him a couple more seconds. How about that? I can't imagine. Oh, it's not running anymore. Okay. Oh no, we got a bunch of. Okay. Well, give him the answer, Perri.
Okay. Nicknamed Superman because of his sculpted physique, Craig was a devastating blocker. The quarterback was often a blocking back in those days, and a fearsome pass rusher for the Packers. Someone let Cam Newton know the original NFL Superman played in Green Bay.
All right, so what's that top 5 look like? It sounds like we didn't get 5 players. Oh, it's George Butters. So clearly the top 5 is messed up. This is totally messed up, because there's no way that's right, because we got way more than that in the chat. So let's just go to the top 10. What does that do to our leaderboard? Krista Reynolds, there we go. All right, that's a good setting for the 10. We'll just not do the top 5. It's clearly not working. No more top 5. Perri, why don't we roll on to the next question?
Okay. In 32 seasons playing at City Stadium, how many league titles did the Packers win? 3, 5, 6, or 10? League titles.
League titles. This is a league game, is it not? This determines who goes on next in the round robin, does it not? Name that movie. You're never going to get this. Your generation. It's a Big Lebowski.
Oh, I've actually seen that.
No, of course.
I just would not be able to quote it.
No. It's Walter, so when they're talking in the bowling alley, when the guy's over the line. He says, over the line! It's like, let it go, Smokey. I'm like, no! This is a league game. This determines who moves on in the round robin, does it not? You know, Big Lebowski fan there, Perri Goldstein. Hardly. Come on. So obscure that Aaron Rodgers wore a Lebowski sweatshirt or sweater to a press conference? Come on. It ain't that obscure. All right. We got an answer here. You ready, Sally? Oh, we'll see. We got a top 5, they tell me. We'll see. The Packers won 6 league championships while playing at City Stadium. Sally, who knew what? When do they know it? Boy on G! Beating Jonathan by 0.3 seconds. Dylan Matthews, Joseph, and Nick rounding out that 5. What does that do to our top 10? Oh, Boy on G in the league. Right above Jonathan second. Now that's going to be a neck-and-neck race, I can already tell. There we go. Brenton, hanging back, getting ready to destroy things. Joy the Jaguar at 3. I see you, buddy. All right, let's keep moving. The weekly press release and game program for the Green Bay Packers, originally written in the 1920s by George Whitney Calhoun, and still distributed by the Packers to this day, is called what? Packers Press, Packer Report, Packers Index, or Dope Sheet? Hashtag Press, Report, Index, or Dope. I know Perri is a regular reader.
Yes.
Weekly release from the Packers. No doubt about it. Corey and I can't even tell you how Corey and I used to geek on this thing. Because you couldn't always get it online.
Yeah, it was difficult to obtain.
It
not
was
at your
great.
fingertips.
Oh my gosh, so good. I used to do, this is true, when CheeseheadTV first started, I would go through the dope sheet and do a whole post for the upcoming game where I would just pull info from the dope sheet and just put it on CheeseheadTV. Which is, of course, what it's kind of what it's designed to do, is to provide stats or everything, but I wouldn't add anything. I would just copy the info. And I couldn't copy and paste because it was a physical copy, so I would just type it into the website. And no one read it. except for me. No, it's a press release. It's for the press to use and to utilize in their coverage of the team. So you're supposed to disseminate the information, which is what I did, except no one read it because I'm a total nerd and put like the most ridiculously obscure stuff that no one cared about on the website. It's a miracle we're still here. Is what I'm trying to say here. Why don't you give them the answer there, Perri?
The dope sheet has indeed been written and distributed by the Packers since the 1920s. You can find the current version of it every week of the season on Packers.com. I love that you wrote
and I highly recommend .com. Well, I'm trying to make it easy for you, you know? But I highly recommend everybody check it out every week. They put a lot of work into it, and it's exhaustive in its detail, and it's just fabulous. And it's got great historical references and history of every game, team, whatever, matchup, whatever. It's awesome. For every Packers geek out there, you can't miss it. All right, Sally. Who knew what? When did they know it? Oh, Brandon said, what's up? Dylan, Nick, Jesse, Marcus. All right, Marcus, what's up? All right. I don't even want to look at the top 10 yet. I'm going to live in a little bit of suspense. Let's move on to the next question. Give it to us, Perri.
Okay. Who was Curly Lambeau's first assistant coach? Johnny Blood, Red Smith, Rex Enright, or Charlie Brock? Johnny Blood, Red Smith, Rex, or Charlie?
Rex or Charlie. Just need to hashtag that first name. That's all we need. Just hashtag that first name, folks. Jim, mind if I do a J? That's outstanding. See, that's someone who's seen Big Lebowski. Answers all over the map here. I like it.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
It's a pretty fascinating subject, one that I was not really that aware of prior to researching it today. I should have watched Legacy before this. Yeah, Big B. Slacking, man. Slacking on your job. Your job, obviously, is to win CheeseheadTV trivia. Come on now. Michael's just going hashtag. He doesn't even have an answer. He's just hashtag. Just hashtag.
Just wrote hashtag?
Yeah. Okay, so, of course, Lambeau was the Packers' only official coach and much, much more until Red Smith joined him as an assistant in 1935. In Lambeau's time as head coach, only 9 men worked for him as assistants, and he was head coach for a long-ass time. And only 2 of those guys went on to become professional head coaches, and neither one of them won a title. So the answer, of course, was Red Smith. Who knew what? When did they know it, Sally? Give it to me. Nick Falk says, what's up? Beating Joey the Jaguar by 0.2 seconds. Jim, Jonathan, Eric, they knew what was up. What does that do to our leaderboard, Sally? How are we looking? Nick Falk catapults into the lead. Joey the Jaguar hanging around at 2. I like it. Brenton, I see you making your move. I see how it goes. All right, we're going to go to the next question. In the Packers' first visit to New York in 1928, where did the team practice? In the Packers' first visit to New York in 1928, where did the team practice? Polo Grounds, Riverside Park, Long Island State Park, or Central Park? Perri looks dubious.
This question.
I don't like it. Did you? Very good.
Yeah.
It
combines it's you and me, you know?
Our worlds, I know. It's our worlds, the New York, Green Bay thing. I will tell you, the more you get involved in the Packers living in New York City, the deeper you get into that relationship between New York and Green Bay. It is so amazing. And it becomes
you know that I'm really very attached to my bar. A point of pride.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that relationship between New York and Green Bay, football-wise, people-wise, like, it's deep. It goes way deeper than I think most people realize. It's pretty great. Pretty great.
Yeah, I've met so many awesome people there, and people who visit from Wisconsin for the weekend and look for a place to watch football, and they come to the bar, and we chat, and they're only there for the weekend. I've met so many people. It's really nice.
I love it. Why don't you give them the answer there, Perri?
Okay. After getting the team settled into a Manhattan hotel, George Whitney Calhoun arranged for the team to take a bus to Central Park, where they initially held practice in a children's playground before local authorities threatened to arrest them and moved to a deeper part of the park. And that's definitely the only park that can host a entire football team. So
I mean, the teams weren't as big then, but it's kind of crazy that they were. I just love the idea that they were in a playground, and like cops came and said, "Oh, what do you think you're doing there, Sonny Jim?" In a playground.
It's funny.
And I'll tell you what, that persists to this day in Central Park. Cops hate football players. Baseball, softball, you play all you want. You play even soccer. If you play football, man, they hate you. We used to have football games every Saturday morning, and we always got yelled at. It's ridiculous.
Never seen that.
Oh, it's the worst. All right, Sally. Who knew what? When do they know it? Dylan Matthews beating Jonathan by 0.2 seconds. The margins are razor thin here. Brandon, Deborah, Michael. Michael getting on the board. I like it. All right, what's that do to our leaderboard? How's it looking, Sally? Dylan Matthews announces his presence with authority. Jonathan sank. Jonathan just can't get in the top spot, but he's only 0.6 seconds behind the leader. Deborah Randolph saying, "What is up? I am in the top 5. I like it." And speaking of the top 5, there's Joey Jaguar hanging around saying, "Hey guys, hey, mind if I hang out?" Okay, great. It's good. I like it. All right. Why don't you give us the next question, Perry?
Where did Don Hutson go to school? Alabama, Clemson, LSU, or Georgia?
I don't know why I thought of this all of a sudden, but I just thought of when Harry met Sally. I downshift into small talk. I ask her, where does she go to school? And she says Northwestern. Instantly, this makes me think of Helen. I didn't know she went to Northwestern. She went to Michigan State. But they're both Big Ten schools.
That just came to your mind? That's
well, the
so
colleges, you know?
I guess, but we talk about colleges all the time. That didn't come to mind when we talked about who was it that went to Northwestern on the Packers.
Just Dean Lowry.
Dean Lowry.
Dean Lowry went to Northwestern. Yeah, no, just popped in there. What just popped in there? I try to think of something innocent. Something from my childhood. Something that could never possibly destroy us. I'm just going to do the rest of this show in movie quotes. Sorry.
Okay. I like Harry Met Sally. You can keep doing that.
Do you know what movie that last one was from? No.
No, I'm never going to be able to guess
Another great New York film. That's from Ghostbusters. All right. So the answer, of course, is Hutson played at end for Alabama from 1932 to 1934. Bear Bryant, future longtime coach of the Tide, was also on the Tide in 33 and 34. Bryant once remarked, "He was something to see even then. We'd hitchhike to Pine Bluff just to watch him play. I saw him catch 5 touchdown passes in one game in high school." Bear Bryant, huge Don Hutson fan. All right, who knew what? When did they know it? Boyan G says, "What's up, suckers?" Jonathan, man, you just keep killing it. Jack, Glenn, Jitsu, what's up? All right, what's our leaderboard look like after question number 7? Jonathan takes over. Top spot, finally, after threatening all day. Dylan, Nick, Deborah, Joey. Strong group in the top 5. Brenton, I see you slipping, man. Come on. Get back up there. All right. Well, we got a couple more questions to go. It's anybody's game. I like it. Next question. What position did Clark Hinkle play first on offense? He played a couple positions, but his first position out of the gate for the Packers, what position did Clark Hinkle play on offense? QB, wide receiver, fullback, or offensive tackle? QB, WR, FB, OT with the hashtags. What position did Clark Hinkle first play on offense for the Packers? And you have to say on offense because he also played defense. But on offense, which
It's crazy that they used to play multiple positions.
2A, man. A lot of Ironmen back then. But that's what I was saying before. Like, I mean, look at this picture. I mean, this is the type of team we're talking about in these questions. There aren't a ton of, a lot of these guys played 2As.
It's just so hard on your body. Like, I couldn't imagine. I don't know.
No thanks.
I mean, the occasional, BJ Raji power and touchdown, but...
Yeah, of course. Right. No, I'm all for that. I'm all for specialization, but not full-time. Let's give the guys a break. Why don't you give us the answer there, Perry?
All right. Hinkle played fullback, linebacker, kicker, and punter for the Packers from 1932 to 1941. He played in 111 games and recorded 3,860 rushing yards, 537 receiving yards, and 44 total touchdowns. Hinkle also was a kicker as he made 28 of 47 field goal attempts. He was named to the All-Star team 3 times, named to the All-Pro First Team 7 times, and he helped the Packers win the first 2 titles. Wow.
Win 2 NFL titles. The man was a legend, and that's why the practice field is named after him. All right. Who knew what? When do they know it, Sally? Boy on G. He knows what's up with Clark Hinkle, Joseph, Krista,
Competitive
Jitsu,
night here.
I know. I mean, it's new players, but it's a couple of the same names, and they all get mixed up, and I like it. And let's see the leaderboard. 2 more questions to go. Dylan Matthews, there you go. Nick, Deborah, strong at 3. Jonathan slipping to 4. Brenton making his move, people. I told you it was going to happen. There it is. There it is. That's that scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when Leo's sitting on the couch watching himself in the movie, and he sits up and he goes, that's it. That was Brenton making his move right there. I like it. Give us the next question, Perri.
Where did the Packers play the 1939 NFL Championship game? City Stadium, State Fair Park, Polo Grounds, or Central Park?
Just need to hashtag that first word. City, state, polo, or central. Give it to us. Where did they play the 39 NFL Championship game? Perri's jamming. I like it. Got some
bop in today.
Music. Got some music. I'm all in. All in.
I was expecting some memes of me on the internet today, and there were none. So are you sparing me, or are you just waiting to pull them out at the right time?
Perri, let me tell you something. I have this thing that you may or not, maybe you're not privy to this idea, but I have a job that while is based on the internet.
Okay.
The clipping of memes of Perri Goldstein falls way down the list of priorities and or responsibilities. So maybe tomorrow. We'll see. All
right, that was unnecessarily sassy.
I don't know what you're talking. That's my whole existence, Perri. Come on. You may as well just tell me not to breathe next time. Come on. Not rude at all.
You know I understand the busy job.
I'm not so sure I do. But anyway, who is talking to me here? Cool. All right. Get an answer. We got the answer? Oh boy, here we go. The Giants were the defending champions and traveled to Wisconsin to play the Western Division champion Packers in Wisconsin State Fair Park in West Allis. The teams had met in the previous year's title game in New York City, which the Giants won by 6 points. But they did not play each other in the 39 regular season. The host Packers scored a touchdown in the first quarter and led 7-0 at halftime. They dominated the second half to win 27-0 and secure their 5th title, 2 more than any other franchise at that point. And this is a fun fact. At the halftime of that game, the Dairy Bowl football stadium was dedicated with a breaking of a bottle of milk. So halftime, tons of people in the stands. They come out to the middle of the field and break a bottle of milk to dub it the Dairy Bowl. Why not? Because why not? Because of course.
Because Wisconsin.
All right. Sally, who knew what? When did they know it? Joey the Jaguar throwing down with his Wisconsin State Fair knowledge. Saying, what's up, Dairy Bowl? Krista, Nick, Todd, Jack, y'all just lost to a 12-year-old. Well done. All right. What does that do to the top 10? Dylan Matthews. He's holding strong, man. By 0.5 seconds over Nick Falk. That's his. Deborah's lurking, just waiting for Dylan or Nick to slip up. Joey's right there, though, as is Brenton. This is a tight race coming down to the last question. I love it. All right, last question. Here we go. After leaving the Packers in 1950, Curly Lambeau became head coach of which team? The Cleveland Browns, the Chicago Bears, the Chicago Cardinals, or the Baltimore Colts? Browns, Bears, Cardinals, or Colts? Use the hashtags, people. Where did Curly Lambeau go after his prestigious run with the Green Bay Packers, the team he co-founded? This is like when Corey and I finally break up and I go on to co-found or go coach like for another website. And I'll be a total afterthought as well.
Coach for a website.
Yeah, I'll be talked about in glowing terms for all the great stuff I did with CheeseheadTV, but how I'm a total loser now because of whatever I'm doing. That's pretty much how Lambeau was viewed after he left Green Bay.
That sucks.
Not really, because he left Green Bay. So forget
He
that
should have
guy.
stayed.
I mean, I mean, to be fair, he wanted to. He wanted that to be a lifetime appointment, but they were not having it. They were at odds. There's a lot that goes into that, which you should read about in The People's Team by Mark Beach, a phenomenal book, which I used primarily for many of today's questions. Perri, why don't you give the folks the answers?
Okay. After resigning from the Packers, Lambeau filled the open head coach position of the Chicago Cardinals. In addition to the position of head coach, Lambeau also was named vice president and was given complete control of personnel choices. The 1950 season was Lambeau's first in Chicago, and the team ended the season 5-7, failing to improve upon its record in the previous season and missing out on the postseason. The 51 went even worse for Lambeau, and the Cardinals... Oh, what is the sentence? Okay.
The 51 season.
Season.
51 season. I missed the word season there. Went even worse for Lambeau.
I was like, the 51. Okay, well, the 1951 season went even worse for Lambeau and the Cardinals, and the team ended the season 3-9 and again failed to reach the postseason.
And he was summarily dismissed and went to coach in Washington for a couple of years and then got fired there because he fought with a racist owner. So at least he had some
Chutzpah.
some endearing qualities towards the end. All right, Sally. Who knew what? When do they know it? Final top 5. Francis knew what? Wow, Jonathan at 2. That could help him, though. That could push him up to the top spot. Joey the Jaguar. Dylan Matthews. What's that 2? Drum roll, please. 24-hour bragging rights 2. Sally, you're killing me. Just have some drama. Dylan Matthews. Dylan Matthews takes the day, barely edging out Nick Falk and Deborah for the top spot. Joey the Jaguar and Brenton, strong contenders there in the top 5. Thanks to everyone who stopped by to play CheeseheadTV Live Packers Trivia, the Curly Lambeau Years edition. Perri, any final parting words for our YouTube friends?
Just everyone have a great rest of your night. Go Pack Go. Stay safe as always, please. Keep your mask on still. And yeah, that's all.
Yeah, we want to have a King football season. Keep your mask on.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Thanks, Sally, at the home office. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Go Pack Go.